Hello everyone, I am Ajay and I'm making this video for those people who are willing to travel from India to Canada. I'm making this video basis my first-hand experience of specifically traveling from New Delhi to Toronto. I completed my journey on the 28th of July and I had a 30-hour stopover in Doha. The overall ride was smooth. Some points were something that I got to know at very last minute, but somehow I had to tweak around and make sure that I start and complete my journey successfully, which I have been able to do. Hence, I am in front of you, just trying to explain, and if there is anyone who is able to get any benefit out of it. I'll try to mention processes involved, timelines involved, cost involved. So just to give you a brief background, I'm fully vaccinated with Covishield. The name of Covishield in Canada is AstraZeneca, and I'm a permanent resident in Canada. So I did all my bookings by myself. Flights costed me approximately 80,000 Indian rupees, and the hotel which I stayed in Doha was Radisson Blue, and it costed me around 14,000 Indian rupees, which included breakfast. Although I stayed for lesser time, but because of the check-in, check-out time difference and stuff, I had to pay for 2 night stay. So once all my bookings were done, I basically went on to the Ehtaraz website, wherein I had to put forth my documents such as my travel insurance, such as my passport, such as my hotel booking, and seek an approval, from Qatar, for the travel. This is a mandate, so make sure you do it. The government recommends that you do it at least 12 hours, prior to your departure. If you ask me, I did it 24 hours before the departure. I uploaded my negative RT-PCR, my vaccination certificate, and all of such things. And from the time of submission of my documents on Ehtaraz, I got an approval from Qatar within 6 hours. So that was a bit of a relief that okay, at least I have an assurance that I'm reaching there. The moment I reached the airport in Delhi, the Air India check-in team on the ground checked all my documents. So my documents were like my passport, my PR, no, not my PR card, but my passport, my vaccination certificate, my negative RT-PCR, my travel insurance, my hotel booking. And I thought I have everything, but then they asked for a return ticket. I was like, okay, what is that? So they basically said that they would only allow me to board the aircraft if I have a return ticket from Qatar to India. And that was a bit of a shock. I did try to speak to a couple of supervisors of Air India, who were present at the airport, but the response was the same from everyone. So that came as a shock. There were only a couple of hours, left for my flight, so I had to think jaldi that what to do. So I ended up booking, another flight returning from Doha to New Delhi. I specifically did that, with an Indigo flight, and which was fully refundable. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend everyone to make sure that you do booking of return, because that was not only asked by Air India, but it was also asked by the immigration officer, who I was dealing with, and who also ended up checking my return flight tickets. After reaching Doha, obviously, I cancelled that ticket. So this is a brief, snapshot of my experience in New Delhi airport. After reaching Doha, I mean, the flight was okay. After reaching Doha, first process that happens is about health screening. So they do check your temperature, they make you fill a form, take your basic details, and from there they direct you to a place within the airport, which is made for swab collection for COVID test. The cost involved is 600 Qatari Riyal. You don't have to carry cash with you as long as you have any form of card, credit, debit, doesn't matter. You're good. So you don't have to carry cash. Immediately once I made the payment, they gave me a receipt and they collected my sample, and they told me that the report will be available in any time between 8 hours to 24 hours. So I would suggest everyone that the duration that you plan to stay in Qatar should not be anything less than 24 hours. If you get it early, the test results, it's good. But if you don't, then you are in soup. So make sure that you stay for more than 24 hours for sure. Once the sample was collected, I went to the immigration officer. It was pretty smooth. He asked me that, are you expecting visa on arrival? I said yes. He asked me where am I staying. I told him that I'm staying at Radisson Blu, and then he stamped my passport and he told me to carry on. From there on, I collected my luggage. After collecting my luggage, I went to a shop within the airport, and it's very easy to spot, to get a local Qatari SIM card. I took a Vodafone SIM card, which costed me 35 riyals, which was good enough for a couple of days. It had 1 GB data, 25 minutes local call that you could do, and 15 minutes international calls that you could do. And I also downloaded the Ehtaraz app because that is a mandate. So once Ehtaraz app is downloaded, you register yourself. And make sure you register yourself on it using the visa number that is going to be allotted to you at the time of arrival in Qatar, which will be mentioned in your passport. If you try to do any other way, like putting up your passport number and trying to register, it will not. So your visa number is the key to register on Ehtaraz. Once you have registered, then only you will be allowed to go out of the airport. So keep that in mind. So I did all of it. I took a taxi from Hamad Airport to Radisson Blu, which costed me around 40 Qatari riyals. Easy to spot. Uber works perfectly fine. As long as you have a credit card working, all of this cost is going to be taken care of. Once I reached the hotel, time for me to chill, relax, that okay, at least I am out of one region and into another country. My result came within 6 hours of giving my samples. And how I got to know, they update the Ehtaraz app, stating that you're negative since. So that's how I got to know. So that was my day one of travel. Second day I got up, got ready, and I, decided to go and collect the hard copy of my COVID test result. Make sure you do so. No soft copies will be entertained at most of the places. Many people ended up going to Hamad, General Hospital and other hospitals within Doha. The right place for you to collect your COVID test report is going to be Communicable Disease Center. So that's a place where you go and you Google it, you'll get to know. So that's there's only one place with that name. So you go to Communicable Disease Center, you show your passport, the receipt, and they give you a paper, stating that your report is, I hope, negative. So that's another important aspect. There is no charge for this particular service, and it takes not more than 5 minutes for them to give out the report to you. And at least when I was there, there were hardly any people. So it's not that you have to wait in a queue and stuff like that. So that's how you get your negative RT-PCR report. From there on, I came back to the hotel. Then I hopped on to ArriveCan application because now my next leg of the journey was going to be from Qatar to Canada. On ArriveCan, I had to upload both my certificates of vaccination, dose 1 and dose 2, which I did, and I got a reference number which also stated that I will be required to share this specific number at the time of boarding and at the time of my arrival in Canada. So after this, I went, I ended up spending the rest of the day, as I wanted to. So that's your discretion. I reached about 3 hours, prior to my departure time, from Doha. So there they basically checked my permanent resident card at the airport, and my vaccination certificate and my negative RT-PCR. Those are the three things, and obviously the ArriveCan reference number. and that's how my boarding happened there. It was Qatar Airways, and in about 6 hours I landed in Frankfurt. There was a layover of just 3 hours, and from there I had Air Canada flight flying to Toronto, which was approximately 7 hours flight. When we were getting down from the aircraft in Frankfurt, there were some officers who were randomly stopping people to check, documents like passport, boarding pass, vaccination, negative RT-PCR and stuff. I was not asked to stop, but I did see that some people were being asked to stop, some not. So just make sure, you have all of these documents with you. Once I reached to Canada, after getting off from the aircraft, I did all my process of giving my declaration on the system, which is there at the Pearson Airport. The immigration officer checked all my documents. They checked the ArriveCan app, and then they asked me that I can go and pick up my luggage. Once I picked up my luggage, there was area where you were directed to. That was basically for swab collection, so that you could get your final RT-PCR done at Toronto as well. So that took about 30 minutes. There were like a lot of people, and this is free of charge again. So and they say that within 24 hours our result will be sent out to you. So they send you a text message stating that your result is available. You can go onto the link, log into Switch Health and stuff, and that's the end of it. So my result came after about 16 hours from the time I give the test, and touch wood, it was negative. So this is a brief snapshot of my journey. I would request to everyone to make sure you keep every document hard copy and not in soft. Second, I would request everyone as a mandate to have a return ticket to India. Make sure it is refundable, so that you don't end up losing that money. And I would request everyone to make sure that you do take travel insurance. It doesn't cost much for a couple of days, 3 days. For a couple of days, I had taken the HDFC Ergo insurance, which costed me around 1000 Indian rupees. So this is my experience. In case if you have any questions, any doubts, please write in the comments, or you can write an email to me. My email address is ajax1410@gmail.com, and within 24 hours I should be in a position to respond back to you. And I would suggest try to avoid travel partners or agents, because I did come across in my journey people who ended up for the similar route, similar dates, similar timings, at least 100,000 rupees more than me. So it's up to you. Zyada paise hain to go ahead. Otherwise, do it yourself. And if you have any doubts, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to respond back. All right. Have a good one and take care. Be safe. Bye.